A song full of the filth and the dark. Rising sun, be God, let us respond till victory is won. Colors, breathing out. Order out. Puff. Forward, march. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Good morning, parents, teachers, administrators, and fellow students. I am Morgan Moore, and I am one of the 8th grade graduates for the class of 2021. The past 2 years have been tough, made even tougher by the whirlwind of experiences we've had to cope with since early 2020. The murder of George Floyd, which arrested the attention of millions of people around the world of all complexions who finally realized that Black lives do indeed matter. In addition, we were hit by a worldwide COVID-19 pandemic, which resulted in the loss of millions of lives. In addition to the loss of life and severe sickness, COVID-19 also resulted in our isolation from one another, even from our family members. In 2019, who would have thought we would be taking our classes virtually via computers at home, locked in a room, in our PJs, sitting for hours daily, while still working hard to be working part of AC students of excellence and honor. We missed the ability to hug our fellow classmates, or share a funny story after gym, or to talk at lunchtime about our plans after we graduate. During this pandemic, we dedicated ourselves as students to the challenging subjects taught here in Morgan Park, such as math, English, biology, and languages of other cultures. But we also learned some other particularly important skills. We learned the skill of survivorship. We learned the skills of toughness and perseverance. We learned that although life can change in an instant, we have the power and skills to cope with change. During the pandemic, we learned there is more to life than TikTok and Instagram. We learned that life has challenges, and we must bravely face those challenges. We also learned how to triumph over disappointment. These are life skills that can only be learned in the crucible of pain. But in spite of the disappointments brought on by the pandemic, a couple of weeks ago, a miracle took place. Chicago reopened just in time for our graduation. For this, we are indeed grateful. And so parents, grandparents, teachers, administrators, and fellow students. It is my honor, pleasure, and privilege to welcome each of you, in person and via the internet, to the 2021 Morgan Park Academic Center graduation ceremony. Welcome back to humanity. Welcome back to living. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And a hearty congratulations to the graduating class of 2021.
Good morning, and welcome to the class of 2021 Commencement. I am Brianna Ward, and I have been charged with passing the torch. The passing of the torch is a new tradition at Morgan Park Academic Center. Symbolically, passing the torch represents the relinquishing of responsibilities, practices, and the knowledge to others. On the behalf of the graduating class of 2021, we would like to salute the class of 2022 by passing on the task of becoming the future leaders of Morgan Park Academic Center. Aside from leaving a legacy of pride and excellence, we try to present an example of greatness and honor by exceeding the goals and accomplishments that were met by our prior graduating class. We want the class of 2022 to keep our flame burning by coming to school each day, maintaining a positive attitude, and being prepared to learn something new every day. The time has come for us to go. We are brighter, stronger, and will continue to grow. Progress was made just as designed, and today we pass our knowledge to future minds. On behalf of the graduating class of 2024, we pass the flame to you.
Hello, my name is Natalie Jackson, and on behalf of the class of 2022, we accept the responsibility of the torch. We will ensure that the flame continues to burn brightly.
At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce our farewell address speaker, Tanya Towson.
Good morning, students, parents, and teachers. My name is Tanya Tolleson, and I am in the 8th grade graduating class of 2021, and I am proud to be able to give this year's farewell speech. At the start of 7th grade, I was very nervous to be at a new school, around new people, and to be in AC, because it was still too new to me. I got to meet some of my classmates during the Mustang meetup before 7th grade started. We played a few games to get to know each other, and games to get to know the school. Even though we did those games, I still didn't feel like I knew who they were. I will admit that I felt lonely during the first day of school because a lot of my classmates knew each other from their previous schools, so I felt like I didn't fit in. But during the rest of that week and over time, I met new people, made new friends, and felt overall welcomed by the teachers, staffs, and students at Morgan Park. Over the past 2 years, I've gotten to know my classmates and become friends with them, whether it's by doing group assignments or talking during lunch. We've helped each other with homework, laughed together, and made memories that I won't forget. Whether It was Tell a Joke Thursday with Miss Riley, where we told jokes and laughed together, or created presentations and videos in Flipgrid with Miss Miazga. The work we have done this year has bonded us together and given us the skills we need to move forward in our education. Even though we didn't get to go on as many field trips or do as many events as we would have, we were able to make memories and have a good school year. In the future, I believe that we will succeed and that we will work hard to achieve our goals and dreams. As a class, we have learned to deal with challenges and difficult situations. These past 2 years have shown us that we are strong and determined, even if we didn't realize it before. But look at us now. We're here, ready to graduate and take this big step forward. I have learned life lessons and skills that will help me succeed in the future, like being a better listener, a better friend, and a better student. These traits will help me no matter what path I choose to go down in my life. Listening to others and being there for them is the foundation for how we should treat each other. As graduation comes to an end, I would like to thank my teachers, my friends, and my family for helping me and supporting me the past 2 years. I would especially like to thank Mrs. Poston for welcoming me into the academic center and being so kind to me and my classmates. I am proud to have been able to attend Morgan Park, and I'm excited to move forward into the new chapter of my life and start high school. I wish all of my classmates the best of luck and continued success throughout high school. Cheers to the class of 2021.
Come on, y'all can do better than that. Come on. Don't give it up for Tony, please. Up next, we'll have a selection by a few of our graduates. We're a little slow, but we get it, y'all. Let's give our class another round of applause. That's not bad considering they had to practice virtually. How about you? I said, let's give them another round of applause. All right. Y'all got to get some excitement up in here. This is the class of 2021. I don't know about y'all, but it's been a hard week. We are excited to be here. So graduates, the class of 2021, the day you have waited for has finally arrived. I know this year has not been easy, but with hard work and determination, we made it. Amen. Come on, y'all. There's an African proverb that states, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. For the past 3 years, this has been my motto, but even more so this past year and a half. I know that our graduates did not get here alone. Their journey to this day has been made possible by many people. So I would like to take a moment to give thanks. Let me begin by saluting Dr. Skanes and the Impact staff. Reimagined how we would teach students in the midst of a pandemic. Last year, we didn't even know what remote learning was. Most teachers had never heard of Google Classroom, Google Meet, Nearpod, or Flipgrid. But our staff adjusted to remote learning and were virtually engaging students and providing rigorous instruction. And just as teachers were becoming comfortable with remote learning, well, we transitioned into a hybrid learning model. Teaching both remotely and hybrid at the same time was no easy task, but our teachers were determined to learn how to encourage, inspire, and challenge our graduates to excel and do their best work no matter the learning environment. As a staff, we recreated what our academic and social-emotional supports look like for students. I know some of you were tired of receiving Mrs. Gates' Monday's emails about tutoring and teachers' office hours. In spite of it all, I truly believe our staff rose to the occasion, and I am incredibly proud of what we've accomplished. Dr. Skanes and the Impact staff, can you please stand? I also want to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to the families and friends who supported our graduates and helped them make this day possible. Unlike any other year, this academic year caused you to have to become more involved in your scholars' education. Parents, you had to redesign your homes by turning them into virtual classrooms and creating a learning environment in which your graduate could flourish. I know if you are anything like me, you started out creating a daily routine for your graduate, but then found yourself at times struggling to maintain it or even motivating your scholar to stay engaged. I don't know about you, but I witnessed my two daughters learning in their pajamas from their beds on many occasions, and I didn't even blink an eye. As parents, I know firsthand the amount of work that went into ensuring your scholar succeeded and arrived at this moment. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your support throughout this year. I know it was not easy, but you did it. Graduates, please stand up and face your parents. Give them a wave. Queen, motivate the kids, and say thank you. Say thank you. All right, graduates, you may turn around and take your seats. And now, last but not least, I want to address my graduates. Graduates, your impact journey has been an extraordinary and unprecedented journey that called for extraordinary and unprecedented resilience in the face of a pandemic. You answered that call, and Impact will tell your story with pride for generations to come. Let me share a few accolades of the class of 2021. The class of 2021 is the first AC graduating class to graduate with a full year of remote learning and/or hybrid learning. The class of 2021 is the first graduating class to participate in Impact's math placement exam and have 2 scholars complete algebra as 7th graders and successfully completed integrated math as 8th graders. The class of 2021, go ahead, y'all give them a round of applause. The class of 2021 has 12 members of Impact's inaugural class of the National Junior Honor Society. The class of 2021 has 4 members of Impact's inaugural Student Council Committee, in which Marielle Nadam served as the first president of both programs. I told y'all we was doing big things over here at Impact. All right, let me see. The class of 2021 is the first class to receive a fine arts high school credit by completing 2 years of chorus or band. The class of 2021 has 4 students who was the first time in program history participated in the CPS Ensemble Contest and received excellent ratings and silver medals. The class of 2021 has 5 boys basketball members who competed in the CPS 4 City Championships for the first time in program history. We lost, but that's another story. I really think it's because I didn't coach that championship game. I should have took over that game. Y'all do know I did coach a game, right? And you know we won. Where's my basketball mom today? Yeah. The class of 2021 will go down in the history books as being one of Impact's most decorated graduating classes. Let's give the class of 2021 a round of applause. Graduates, as you go forth today, I want to leave you with this. Impact is a movement, and today it carries you forward. It will carry me forward as well. May we all make that movement our own wherever we go. Congratulations, graduates, and we love you. I feel like the round of applause is getting a little shy. Come on! He's going to introduce Dr. Skinner.
Good morning, teachers. In the class of 2021. My name is Christopher Richards, and I'm one of this year's members of the graduating class. I'm here to introduce Morgan Park's principal, Dr. Skins. Dr. Skins has been in Morgan Park for 3 years, and during this time, she has been a very generous and kind principal. I remember the first day in 7th grade. She and the staff were very welcoming and made me feel like I was already a part of the community. She is so generous that in 8th grade, she saw that all of us 8th graders were passing our classes and decided to give us free sweatshirts because that's the type of person she is. Now let's give a round of applause for our principal, Dr. Skins.
Good morning, everybody. I'm with AP Posting. It's graduation day. We gotta have some energy.
to move the Morgan Park backdrop for just a second so we can see the screen. So AP Poston just talked about a lot of firsts. And actually, for the first time in the history of being a principal, I actually opted not to write a speech. And this for a bunch of different reasons. And the reason that I opted, the number one reason that I opted not to write a speech is because I know this class so well. And because I know AP Poston so well, I didn't even think that I needed a speech to achieve what I wanted to achieve today. And so most of you all already know, in fact, I'm sure all of us know, that we are preparing for AP Poston to transition out this week. And so AP Poston, after tomorrow, will be leaving Morgan Park Academy to be taking the helm at Cabot Elementary as Principal Poston. So let's give her a round of applause. And so, when you have an amazing AP and they think that they know everything, it's kind of hard to work around them during a graduation. And I'm sure I have irritated her last nerves, but it's not the first time. And so we actually are going to begin with a video. We're not going to begin with a video. Okay, as soon as, is it plugged in? The red light is not on. Okay, I always have a plan B. Yeah, the power strip is, okay, we've got to plug it in. So while Ms. Watts is doing that, I am actually, you gotta see, Principal Poston, you gotta have a B, C, and D plan. So while she is getting that prepped up, let me talk about one of our very first goals. So 3 years ago, actually on June 18, 2018, I had the distinct pleasure of coming to Morgan Park High School as the principal. And so when you become a brand new principal, you get actually the authority to select your assistant principals. And so I knew, and actually I prayed really hard about it, but I knew I wanted very specific things in an assistant principal. And we actually made the budgetary commitment to do something that hadn't been done in a long time, which was to hire an assistant principal specifically dedicated to the academic center. And so, yes, give a round of applause for that. And so I was praying and I said, God, send me somebody who has this, and this. And so I wanted somebody that had elementary school experience. I wanted somebody that already had leadership skills, already had spent some time as an assistant principal. And so when I got Ms. Poston's resume, I kind of raised an eyebrow because I was like, this is too good to be true. She literally possessed all of the things that I was looking for in an assistant principal. So when you've been a principal for a while, sometimes you interview people who are interesting, to say the least. And so when I looked at her resume, to be honest, I was like, she's probably gonna be crazy because I just can't believe that she would be able to possess all of these things. But she came in, she was ready, she was prepared. And one of the things that I told her as a very first goal is while I'm happy when our kids leave Morgan Park, the academic center, and they go to selective enrollment schools, as a student who came from Chicago Public Schools, I just don't believe that kids from the south side of Chicago should have to take 2 buses and a train or 2 trains and a bus like I had to do for high quality high school options. And so we worked really, really hard to make that come true. And so one of the things that we have been able to accomplish out of this graduating class and from all of Mrs. Poston's hard work, for the first time in a lot of years at Morgan Park, 90% of this graduating class is staying on the south side of Chicago to go to high school. So, give me a second as I also give her access to this at the same time. But while I am prepping this up to give her access, I want to call off the names of the students and what high schools they will be going to. Olu is going to Brooks. Braylon is staying in Morgan Park. Maya is going to Kenwood. Grace is going to Brooks. Kiara is going to Kenwood. Bryce is going to Kenwood, Trinity. And Nia and Megan and Kiara, they are staying in Morgan Park. Savannah is going to King. Ahmad is going to staying in Morgan Park. Christopher is going to Kenwood. London, Ari, Tanya, they are staying in Morgan Park. Brianna is going to Lane Tech. Morgan. Now, even though I had to take 2 buses and a train, it wouldn't be right if I didn't give a little shout out to my alma mater. Morgan is going to Whitney Young. Nicholas and Madison are staying in Morgan Park. Kennedy is going to Phoenix. Kirsten is going to Limbo. Deontay Kennedy, Jakaya, they are staying in Morgan Park. Anaya is going to Noble UIC. Jeremiah, Jordan, Danica, Kamaria, Johanna, Kennedy, they all staying in Morgan Park. Mary Ann is going to Lincoln. Anaya is going to Morgan Park, staying in Morgan Park. Erin is staying in Morgan Park. Heaven is going to South Shore. Leah staying in Morgan Park. Cameron is going to Brooks. Nigel and Roman are staying in Morgan Park. 26 of the graduating class of 2021 all staying in Morgan Park. And so while we are having a little tech glitch, but we survived remote learning. So if we survive remote learning, then I know that we're gonna get through this little, we gotta give access, share, all that good stuff that happens behind the scenes. And so while we are prepping up this video, there's no way that we could not end a farewell principal speech without calling AP Poston, Principal Poston, right into the stage. And I had to sneak behind her back and call her husband. I really don't call people's husbands behind their back, but I had to call her husband. So Mr. Poston is here supporting Mrs. Poston. Every great principal is a great spouse that has to live this crazy life with us. So on behalf of tremendously. You all have no idea how hard Ms. Poston works behind the scenes, and sometimes we're like, has anybody seen Poston today? And they were like, she's somewhere up there with those kids. And so, but she takes it very seriously. Like, she works hard every single day. She works on the weekends. She knows these kids. She knows their stories. She knows you all's numbers by heart. And she works as hard for your kids as she works for her own, for Sydney and for London. So, Mrs. Poston, congratulations. Thank you for your dedication to Morgan Park High School as the assistant principal for 2018.
I'm so proud of you.
Okay, so we have a short farewell video from Mrs. Poston.
He just took over y'all whole graduation.
She has to give 100% for these kids the moment she stepped into Morgan Park.
That's awesome. Very, very, but in the long run, I'm so proud of you, and I'm so thankful for you always understanding my situation. You've been great to me and all the other students here. You helped me learn and grow. You gave us prizes every month just to keep us motivated, and for that, I thank you. You'll do amazing at your school.
Congratulations, Principal Paulson. Good luck to you all. Yes, I know you will do well, and we will see you around. Take care.
Hello, Mrs. Poston, and once again, congratulations on your principalship. Although Impact and the Morgan Park family will miss you dearly, we are super excited that you get to impact other students' lives, not just here at Team Morgan Park. I know you're going to be a fabulous school principal. The staff is going to love you. The kids are going to love you. The parents are going to love you because you're always trying to move students towards greatness. Never lose that fire. Never lose that passion. I'm going to really miss you dearly.
You have to stand up and give Principal Poston a round of applause. So again, on behalf of Morgan Park High School, I laugh all the time about our academic center students because Amy Poston is such an amazing assistant principal that sometimes I feel like I'm trying to convince the kids that I'm like actually the principal. And they're like, no, where's Miss Poston? And I'm like, I'm sure I can help you. And they're like, no, but where's Mrs. Poston? So, listen, I just let Mrs. Poston run the show. And quick story, so last year this time, I actually wasn't here for the class of 2020 8th grade graduation. I was out on a bereavement. And so in preparation for getting ready for some things, there was one day that Mrs. Poston was out. And just to show you all how much we depend on her with the academic center. And so Ms. Jones was here running the building. And whatever the students needed, all I know is Ms. Jones called me and she was like, where is Kia? I can't deal with these little kids. When is she coming back so she can get her kids? And so like we literally depend on her, but not only do we depend depended on her. As parents, you all have depended on her. She has improved the communication in Morgan Park. She's made sure that when our students are struggling, that they have access to everything that they need to be successful. She knows every one of their grades every single week. She knows when a grade slips from an A to a B. She knows when a grade slips from a B to a C. She works hard to make sure that all of our students are academically successful. So while we will miss you, I'm so excited to see you go off and become Principal Poston. So thank you all so much. And so now Mrs. Watts is going to cue up our high school video. So thank you to our graduates who shared a video or picture with us.
Yeah, it's spinning. There we go. You're cute though, huh? It's a cute picture, huh? Yes, Roman. You gotta pose. You gotta pose, Roman. Yes, Marla.
So 21 to the class of 2022, but there's also another passing of the torch that happens at Morgan Park, and this was something that we were really intentional about. So as our students stay at Morgan Park, that we can make sure that they continue to have success. And so for those of you all who have not had a chance to meet one of our other dynamic assistant principals, Ms. Jones, right here in the background. So for our 26 families that will remain at Morgan Park, when you come back in August, we transition the kids from the loving hands of AP Poston to the loving hands of AP Jones, who will take over in 9th grade now. She's good with freshmen. It's just when they are in 7th and 8th grade. She was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm like, they're just kids. The same thing. She's like, but they're too little. So once they grow a little bit and they come back as freshmen, then AP Jones continues all of the great work that AP Poston has started. And then, parents, as a final reminder, what we know, not just at Morgan Park, but at all of the schools, that our students who graduate in the top 10%, whether it's at Morgan Park or the schools that they go to, traditionally are students who started in the academic center. And so we do expect that in 4 years that of these 26 students that will be staying in Morgan Park, that one of them will likely be the valedictorian, one of them will likely be the salutatorian, because that has been the history at Morgan Park. So again, we thank you all for everything, and it is the time that we have been waiting for. It is time for the graduates to get their diplomas, so I'm going to turn it over to you, Coach. MPTV, we need you to put the backdrop back, please.
Y'all, Dr. just took over the whole graduation. That's what she do better. She told me last week, hey, I need you to get all the graduates. She said, I sent an email out asking them for what high school they're going to. I said, she's just taking over my graduation. But I should have known she had something up her sleeve. I should have known it was coming, and I'm just so grateful. I would try not to cry. When I saw my husband walk in, I thought, I was like, my husband is a sergeant with CPD, and they be working 12 hours, no days off. So I didn't even ask him to come and share this moment with me because I knew he was exhausted. But when I looked up and saw him walk through those doors, I said, oh my God. Oh my God, who called it? Dr. Skade, once again, doing what she does best. So if I had known he would be here, I would have thanked him. So Andre, I thank you. I thank you for being my backbone, and I thank you for allowing me to love my Impact Scholars. You know how much I love them. I do treat them as my own, and I want the best for them as I do for my own children, which is why I became an educator. So I'm so grateful that he's here. Can y'all please give my husband a round of applause? All right, well, we're going to get started. This is what we've been waiting for. It's what I've been waiting for. Parents, is it what you've been waiting for? All right, let's get going. I'm going to call up Mrs. Watson. She's going to call our graduates' names, and Dr. Skanes and I will give them their diplomas. All right, y'all, here we go. Let's go. Hi. All right, our first graduate, Mr. Nicholas Armour. Miss Oluwamara Madden. Miss Madison Fowler. Miss Kennedy Bond. Mr. Braylon Bull. Miss Kirsten Brown. Mr. Deontay Butler. Miss Kamaya Cantrell. Miss Kennedy Carpenter. Mr. Paul Dalcour. Miss Jakila Earls.
Miss Grace Harmon. Miss Anaya Huffman. Miss Kiara Johnson. Mr. Jeremiah Jones. Mr. Jordan Kennerson. Mr. Bryce Lanigan. Miss Danica Lewis. Mr. Trinity Levitt. Miss Kamaria Martin. Miss Nia McCray. Miss Joanna McGowan. Miss Megan McKinney. Miss Kennedy Merritt. Mr. Kiari Morgan. Miss Marielle Nadal. Miss Savannah O'Neill. Miss Anaya Owens. Mr. Christopher Richards. Miss Evan Ross. Miss London Ross. Miss Leah Smith. Miss Ari Stanton Thomas. Mr. Cameron Stone. Miss Tanya Towson. Mr. Nigel Waller. Brianna Ward. Miss Morgan Warren. I am here for the air horn. Music teacher, I'm here for that. And last, but certainly never least, Mr. Roman Wells.
So, this is the absolute time that we have been waiting for. If our graduates could stand up. Turn around and wave to your family. On behalf of the Illinois State Board of Education, Dr. Janice Jackson, CEO of Chicago Public Schools, Dr. LaTanya McDade, Chief Education Officer of Chicago Public Schools, I present to you the Morgan Park Academic Center class of 2021. Leaving now, we're going to ask that our parents stay in for just a couple of seconds so that we can get our graduates moving outside. As our graduates are exiting, come on, freshman students. We'll work it out outside. So, families, what's going to happen now? Okay, as soon as we can actually get young people to leave out. So, they are going to exit the building, but families, you all are going to exit the building. You're going to go out and around the way that you all